Alright, hello everybody. It's been a while since I've been online. Haven't really been flying in the real life, but doing a lot of virtual flying. And thought I'd throw together a quick video of something I came across, learned how to do. I've been playing with the Xplane G1000 in the Vision Jet and, kind of flying around on that sim. And spent a lot of time kind of programming my flight plan and learning how to do that. And kind of learned a way to do that automatically. So I'm going to run through that really quickly. So what I've been doing here is jumping into ChatGPT here. So what I'll do is I'll kind of jump in here and feed ChatGPT some directions. I want a flight plan from Orlando MCO over to Tampa. I want to use radio navigation. So I want to know the frequencies for those, so I can put those into Xplane. I want to have my flight plan have some preset altitudes in it. So when I load it into my G1000, I have some altitudes to work with. So kind of a little bit of back and forth with ChatGPT. If I say something like create a flight plan for Xplane G1000 from KMCO to KTPA, something like that. It'll start to, give me a few things, which is pretty typical of like, oh, go and do this. Just put in KTPA and it'll give you a flight plan. What I want to do is give it some pretty specific instructions. So what I'm going to do is say, create a flight plan from MCO, KMCO, and I want, KTPA, and give me 5 waypoints or something like that. And I'm asking it to include waypoints with the type, altitudes, latitudes, longitudes, and use VOR when possible or something. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. And it's going to go and start creating me this flight plan. So that's all pretty cool. Nice, so I can still go back to my G1000 and program all this in. But now I'm going to say create this as a FMS file. And what that will do is it'll give me some text here with a whole bunch of information in it. This is more than I've seen before. But I'm going to take this, copy this code for a second. Now what I'll do is I'll jump into a text editor, and I'm going to throw in my text editor here, I'm going to throw that kind of copy in there. So I'll go new text edit document. I'm going to throw this in a text edit document and go ahead and save it. I'm on a Mac here, so what I'm going to do is uncheck this, and let's just call this test plan for a second. So I'll go ahead and save that in here, test.fms, and save this thing. Now what I can do is I can bring up my G1000, my MFD display, and I can click on flight plan here. And once I'm on there, I want to clear out. I don't want to have anything highlighted, so sometimes you have to, clear it out. Click the button here, and this is a little, it depends on where you put your mouse, but if I click, then I'm not selected KMCO anymore. So now if I right turn this mouse, I can see that I have this test flight plan. And I'm going to go ahead and enter. And this one says, nope, doesn't understand that because ChatGPT has given this in a format that Xplane does not like. And so I can do things like say, I need this in Xplane format. And now it'll give me a little bit different format here. It's a lot cleaner. So I'm going to copy that code again. I'm going to jump back into that text document that I already have saved. I'm going to edit that. So let's take all this and just paste in that kind of data and save it again. Now, I'm going to go back in here and try to load this. It doesn't like it because it was still reading the old data. So let me clear out of here, click flight plan, go back into flight plan. turn the knob again. I have my test, enter. Still doesn't like it. So what I'm going to do is grab this one more time, and I'm going to create a new document and save this. This is going to be KMCO to KTPA and .fms. Save that thing. Jump back into my G1000 and I can see it's already showing up there. Let's see if it likes that one. Still doesn't like it. So back and forth with ChatGPT, I've kind of learned that I have to tell it how to be very specific. So I'm going to tell it, use this format. And now it's going to kind of take that and throw a bunch of stuff in there. So now I'll tell it, now do this for KMCO to KTPA. Add a departure on it. For TPA, but add some sort of departure and give me all the latitude, longitude, give me VORs, everything like that. So I'm going to jump right back into where I was, KMCO, KTPA, select all this and throw that data in there. I'm going to try one more time here to get this in and enter that, and boom. Once I kind of told it what format it's given me before that actually worked, it gives me some data. Now I can look in my G1000 and I can see some waypoints that it's given me. One thing that I've also learned is with this, you actually have to go and, even though I have some altitudes here, if I want my autopilot to use those altitudes, I've actually got to click in and kind of set them. So if I go over to this one and hit enter, it's going to turn, you know, this aqua color. So same thing. I'm going to go just enter each one of these, and that way it will let my autopilot use those altitudes. So now I've got this flight plan in here. I can go look at it in here as well. I've got this flight plan. It's going to take me to MLB for some reason. So ChatGPT is not perfect. So I'm going to go through here and say get rid of that Orlando to Melbourne leg. So I'm going to clear that one out. And now I can see, okay, as I zoom in here, and if I declutter some of this, you can see what it's doing. It's saying, okay, fly out of MCO up to Orlando, and then go over to this pi waypoint, which is way there. For some reason it says, then go KLAL, all this kind of stuff. So if I want to clear that out, I can clear that out. It gives me a more direct route, but something that's pretty cool. So I'm going to jump back into ChatGPT and say, give me a little bit different. Give me a flight plan from KMCO to St. Augustine using VOR with altitude and a departure. So now, same kind of thing. Give me KMCO to St. Augustine, give me some altitudes, give me a departure. Jump into my text edit again, and I'm going to paste in the data there, save this, KMCO to St. Aug. I don't even know what the code is off the top of my head, but .fms again. Jump back into my Xplane here. I'm going to go into flight plan, turn my little knob, clear that. Alright, so let me get out of that, turn my knob. Now I've got my St. Augustine flight plan. I'm going to enter that in, and you can see immediately it's given me this flight plan that's coming out of KMCO, goes up the coast to St. Augustine. So pretty neat. It's something I've been kind of learning about, and then with all those frequencies, what I can do is jump into Xplane over here as I'm flying and actually tune in those frequencies. So pretty neat. Let me violate all the flying rules in the world here for a second, just in the interest of time. I'm going to take off from a taxiway just to get in the air. I am not on the VATSIM network right now, so don't ever do this if you're on VATSIM. I'm just messing around. So I'm going to just take off, get myself into the air somehow. And let's see, like once I actually get in the air, put gear up here, and I'm going to go ahead and set an altitude. And I'll turn on my autopilot and turn it on navigation mode. And let's see what we got for our flight plan. So first spot I'm going to say is take me to the ORL and give me a direct to that, and enter and activate. And now hopefully it will start heading in that general direction here. So once I have all those frequencies in, I can kind of set things like my I can set some of these points here. So let's say in this example I wanted to use a VOR or something like that. I can actually go and select one within Xpilot here, or Xplane, I'm sorry. So if I'm going to use this VOR, I can tune my navigation radio to that first frequency. Then click on the CDI here, and it's starting to tune in that frequency. If I want to go direct to, I can just kind of click this button here to center me on that, and then turn on my navigation, and it will start looking for that that VOR. So as this gets tuned in a little closer, as I get closer to that VOR, it'll really tune itself in, and now I can actually turn on my navigation to it, and it will start navigating me via VOR. And now with that ChatGPT stuff, when I asked it for a flight plan, it will actually list out codes for me if I ask it. So at the top of this here, it'll kind of tell me, here's some VORs, the longitude, and I can say, give me the VOR frequencies. And now it'll actually tell me, oh, you want to go to Orlando? It's 112.2. So if I go over here and tab down to that and say 112.2 and then switch that in, now I can see that Orlando frequency is tuned into my G1000. I'm still learning this, but a couple of cool things I've figured out is if I hit PFD and click this, now it's showing me that on my nav1, OMN is listed here, and I have a little blue line to give me the kind of general direction that's in. If I hit number 2, it'll tell me where ORL is, and that's kind of straight up. So now, if I go back and I say, actually, I want to use nav2 for now, I can click CDI, click here to center myself, and I am now navigating to Orlando using VOR first. And then as I click CDI, I'll cycle between GPS, VOR1 or VOR2. So a little bit of fun that I learned. I figured throw it up online. Hopefully this helps somebody and helps you have more fun flying your sim. Thanks.